Fighting from land, water, and now air, the Ripon Police Department is testing its brand new powered parachute, courtesy of the U.S. Justice Department.
This is pretty cool. It's Lieutenant Ed Ormonde. He joins us now live talking about this new technology and how it'll help them catch the bad guys. Ed, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Good morning.
Good morning. All right, now this thing, it looks like a go-kart with a big fan on the back of it. Where's the parachute part come in?
Well, the parachute is actually strapped to the side right now, and before we get ready to take off, we'll actually deploy it from out of the bag and put it behind the fan or the prop, and when we start the ignition, the chute will fill up with air and come up over the aircraft.
So it sounds like a smaller, maybe easier to maneuver and easier access than a helicopter. Are those some of the pluses for this device?
Yes. Basically, it's going to give us more access. It's going to give us a better advantage point. And when we're looking, you're not going to have the noise, and you're not going to have the ground disturbance as an aircraft or a helicopter would, because you're not going to have the downforce of the wind below. You're going to have it actually going through the back of it.
I see you got one of your pilots in there. How long does it take to train somebody to use this thing?
Yes, Sergeant Steve Merchant in the pilot seat. He and I were both trained in 4 days. It took us about 10 hours of flight time and about 2 hours of ground school.
Cool. Now, are you actually, do we get to just look at it, or are you going to fire it up for us this morning?
We're going to fire it up, and we're going to be up in the air here shortly.
All right, good. Well, and I understand you don't need a lot of takeoff space. Like, you guys can take off from a city park from where you are right now, right? Yes.
They request that we have about 100 yards of takeoff and landing space, but we're usually up and down in a great shorter distance than that.
Good deal. And you can use it to search, as you mentioned, get in places like over the top of a river maybe, or over traffic accidents where helicopter would have to be much, much higher on the ground. Can you actually, well, let's say you find, someone who's stranded in the water, can it actually perform the rescue, or do you just locate it then for a rescue team?
It would actually just do the location. We wouldn't be able to perform the rescue maneuver ourselves. So what we'd be able to do, though, where a helicopter would have to stay, 500 feet or above, we would be able to go down to basically just above ground level with this thing and be able to communicate with people on the ground.
Well, very good.
Now, Lieutenant, do we want to ask our producer, do we want to try this thing to take off now, or do you want to wait a little bit and then a little bit later on the hour? Okay. All right, Lieutenant Ed Ormonde there, thanks for taking us around, and it's amazing. Yeah, they can actually go, it doesn't go very fast, but it probably saves them a lot of money in the long run.
I'm sure it will, yeah. So we're going to watch that go up in the air next hour, so stick around for that.